Hey guys, Mr. Righam here, and I am excited to talk to you about effective communication. In this place, we are going to specifically talk about comparison in contrast form, and we may also refer to this as comparison in contrast style. So, styles appear everywhere, and styles can be very different. You can have Ivy style, sometimes referred to as preppy in terms of fashion. You can have punk. You can have a very modern style, athleisure. So there are very different ways of dressing. There are also very different styles of music. You can have country and hip hop and jazz. And if you are listening to one of these three different types of music, you can generally very quickly tell the difference between them. Although, Old Town Road, but we're not going to mention that one right now. Different styles appear everywhere, even in martial arts. There are different styles of fighting. You might have a monkey style, where you fight like a monkey, or a tiger style, or a snake style. All different styles of martial arts. Mr. Brigham, it's kind of weird that you're talking about martial arts. Just wait, it's going to get weirder, kids. Here it comes. Sometimes the same style appears in different genres. Get ready for it. Here it comes.
Practice a lot. Enough. But I don't ask for an audience. I see you using an old style. I wondered where you'd learned it from. You know very well. It's yours too. I had forgotten. Will you show me?
Okay, so that was from a 1979 film, and the reason I'm sharing that film with you is I want you to see that sometimes you can take something and change it up and create an entirely new piece of art from it. So here you have another example.
I see you using an old style. I wondered where you'd learned it from. You know very well. It's yours too. I had forgotten. Will you show me? You come
So that was a example of combining styles, but also being creative. That second part was from the Genius or the Jizza from the Wu-Tang Clan. And look, I might have been trying to be a little tricky and just kind of get your attention by talking about styles. Uh, but, there are different styles in writing too, and I want you to be aware of that. So here we are talking about comparison and contrast styles, and pretty much you have three choices when it comes to comparison and contrast style. Choice number one, we're going to refer to as point-by-point style. Choice number two, we are going to refer to as block style. Choice number three isn't really a choice, kids. It means you have no organization. And if you do not have any organization in your communication, it means that your communication is going to inhale vigorously. You can look up, that is a euphemism. You can look up that euphemism on Urban Dictionary if you would like, and on Urban Dictionary you will see that inhale vigorously is actually a definition for a word that some of you use quite often. So let's talk about these two choices. We're not going to address choice number three. Point-by-point style is a style of comparison and contrast writing in which every time you mention subject A, you are immediately going to come back and mention subject B. So let's say that we are comparing subject A, apples, with subject B, oranges. Every time I mention apples, I'm going to mention oranges. So, apples are fruit. Oranges are also fruit. Apples grow on a tree. Oranges also grow on a tree. Apples are sweet. Oranges are sweet also. Come to think of it, why do people say that you can't compare apples and oranges? Here's an example of point-by-point style if we put it together into a paragraph with a topic sentence and a concluding sentence. While some people say things that cannot be compared are like apples and oranges, these two fruit are actually quite similar. To begin with, apples are fruit, and so are oranges. Apples grow on a tree. Oranges also grow on a tree. Apples are sweet. Oranges are sweet also. Why is this expression used so widely if it is so easy to compare apples and oranges? Now, the important thing for you to see here again is every time I mentioned subject A, which was apples, I came back and I mentioned subject B, which was oranges. But this is not the only style of comparison that you can use. I want you to watch closely what I'm going to do here. I am going to completely change the style from point-by-point style to block style. Here it comes. Now, all I did was move some of the words around, but I have completely changed the style of this comparison between apples and oranges. I still have the exact same opening sentence. While some people say things that cannot be compared are like apples and oranges, these two fruit are actually quite similar. Apples are fruit. Apples grow on a tree. And apples are sweet. Wait, things are a little bit different in there. So I still have the same opening sentence. Apples are fruit, apples grow on a tree, and apples are sweet. Followed by oranges are also fruit. Oranges, like apples, grow on a tree. Finally, oranges are sweet also. And then I conclude with the same concluding sentence. Why is this expression used so widely if it is so easy to compare apples and oranges? So what's the difference between point-by-point and block style? Well, in block style, rather than alternating between points, you're going to tell everything about subject A and then tell everything about subject B. So, I'm going to say everything I have to say about apples, and then I'm going to say everything I have to say about oranges. Each mention of subject A must still be balanced by a corresponding mention of subject B. So, if I talk about subject A 3 times, I'm going to talk about subject B 3 times, keeping the balance. So, here we have the example that I just shared with you. Apples are fruit. Apples grow on a tree. Apples are sweet. Oranges are also fruit. Oranges, like apples, grow on a tree. Finally, oranges are sweet also. So now you should be familiar with the differences between block style and point-by-point style of comparison and contrast in your writing. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. For those of you that are, students in person, of course, email or give me a call. For those of you that are just watching the YouTube video, please feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube video. And thank you so much for your attention. Always remember, you're the best, guys. Have an outstanding rest of your day.